Alright, this is a special requested pick a card reading, and I was requested to do a reading on is he or she, I guess this could be a womanizer. Um, let's just say, are they a player to make it gender neutral? Is this person a player? So we will find out. So I want you to focus your energy on these 3 water crystals here. This is deck number 1, 2, and 3. And focus your energies on them and pick a deck. Alright, I'm going to start off with deck number 1. So, let's see what kind of clues we can get here from the cards. First we have Earth, Coral Reef. Not quite sure what that means yet, but we will see. Then we have the Five of Pentacles. I see this woman looking kind of sad here. So there might be some sadness. We have the Star, but there's definitely something you're wishing for. We have the Nine of Wands. I'm just going to do these. I'm not going to do reverse. I'm just going to do right side up. Nine of Wands. I have a feeling this is going to be a very hard thing to kind of read. I gotta kind of look at like the whole thing, the whole big picture all together to see what my intuition is telling me. Then we have the Seven of Swords. Once again, this woman looks like she's dealing with a lot of pain here. So I feel like you're dealing with a lot of pain regarding this situation. So obviously you feel like this person might be a player. And then we have the Star here, so you're wishing this person is not a player. And then we have the Nine of Wands here, and I feel like he's looking towards you, so I feel like he kind of recognizes that he might be causing you some pain. We have the Three of Pentacles. I see this as you working hard to manifest something right now. Yeah, and here we have the Magician. So you're definitely trying to manifest this relationship here. Whether it will manifest or not, we will have to look for more clues in the cards. I feel like this is a long distance relationship, and it can seem really hard on you because you two are so far away from each other. So it can cause a lot of stress and anxiety about the relationship. Yeah, I definitely see this as being a long distance relationship. You're going to have to travel to see this person. But here is showing me, in order to manifest this relationship, you're going to need to have lots of patience. We have the Ten of Wands. That has to do with responsibility. We have the Page of Cups. And we have the Ten of Swords. Honestly, after that Ten of Swords appeared, I don't think this relationship is going to end well. And then this Page of Cups, it says imaginations. So I have a feeling he might not necessarily be a player, but I have a feeling that your imagination gets carried away with you and you suspect him of being a player because of the distance between you two. So that might be one thing to watch out for. I'm not getting any hints that he is a player, though. There's nothing in here that's really saying that he is a player. I feel like this is all just kind of in your head, like you're kind of paranoid about it because of the distance between you two. The separation causes a lot of anxiety for you, and you are afraid that he may cheat on you because there is a separation between you two. Happiness is my birthright. So that's just making me think, no matter what the situation is, you deserve to be happy. So if this relationship isn't making you happy, maybe it's just not meant to be. And this says, the universe works fast when I'm having fun. And then we have the Kelpie. The longings of your heart are prophecies of reality. And then we have the Mermaid's Glove. Lose not a tide and waste no time. And then we have positive energy. Surround yourself with positive people and situations and avoid negativity. I see this relationship as maybe causing some negativity because, for one, if you're here watching this reading, you obviously have some shadow of a doubt as to whether he's faithful to you. And if he's faithful or not, it doesn't really matter because in your head you're already thinking he's unfaithful to me. So it's bringing this negative energy into your life. So I feel like you need to either get over these negative feelings where you're kind of worrying about him, because I do not see any sign that he's cheating on you or anything like that. But I see that it's all in your head and it's making you unhappy because you're worrying so much about it. And here we have time to move on. It's time to let go of old and worn out so that the new can come in. So I kind of feel like the distance in between you two is putting a lot of strain on you, and I don't know if you can handle that. So I hate to say it, but if it's stressing you out so much that there's this distance in between you two and you're constantly worried about him cheating on you, maybe it's not for the best that you two are together. But I honestly do not think that he's cheating on you, if that helps any. I'm going to pull some charms, though, that might clarify this a little more. Dropped one. Okay, we have a whole bunch here. We have the future is steeped in mystery, dreams, and love. I think it's the mystery of what is in your future that is kind of driving you crazy right now. And yeah, you might be having some unpleasant dreams because of it. But there is love there. Here's justice. I'm not quite sure what that means yet. I'll have to pull some more cards. Here we have strength. I feel like you're going to have a lot of strength to keep this relationship together. Now the justice is speaking to me. It's saying that you need to be fair about this. You need to remember to be fair to this person, because this person's probably having just as a hard time as you are maintaining this relationship, especially if it's long distance. Here we have the Queen of Swords. I feel like maybe you need to communicate more with him, and not in a very harsh way. You need to be more direct with him, but in a kinder way, not a mean way. And then we have the Nine of Swords. So it's definitely been keeping you up at night, you worrying over this situation. We have the King of Pentacles. So I'm seeing that you're possibly an air sign and he's possibly an earth sign. And then we have the Four of Cups. You might be being distracted. You might be being distracted. I see this as you being distracted by other people. Or he might even be being distracted by other people. But I feel like you two are both kind of being distracted by other people because you're not as close to each other as you want to be. So there's this love here that you both want to give each other, but you are being distracted by other people because you aren't so close together. There's some distance between you. We have Temperance again, so you're definitely going to have a lot of patience if you want to make this work. And then we have the Chariot. So I feel like things are not moving as quickly as you want them to. And then we have the Five of Cups. That again is telling me you're distracted. You're distracted by this love that you do. You're distracted by other people that you can't focus on the love that you do have. We have the Eight of Swords, and I feel like that means that you're kind of feel trapped. Something's having you feeling trapped. We have the Empress here. That's telling me that, okay, the Empress is the divine feminine energy here. So I feel like the divine feminine energy here has a lot of power. I'm not really seeing the divine masculine here. So I feel like the divine feminine here has more power than the divine masculine. So I feel like the divine feminine has the power to make or break the relationship. So if you are the woman and you have a mostly feminine energy, then I feel like you're the one in control of whether the relationship is going to work out or not. And then we have the Eight of Cups. I feel like you might walk away from this person for a while, or they might walk away from you. And whoever walks away from each other, if you walk away from each other, you have intentions of coming back to each other. I don't know if you will come back to each other, but you do have the intention to come back to each other because there is love in between you, but there might be a separation of you two. And we do have Death here too, which does tell me it's probably not going to work out. If it does work out, you're going to have to go through some major transformation, whether that be move closer to each other, but this distance in between you two is kind of what's dividing you two right now. And then we have a light bulb. And this light bulb actually has a crack in it and it's broken. So I feel like that's saying to me that you feel like you're out of ideas. But we do have the heart here, so there is some love. We have the turquoise. I feel like your ancestors are trying to tell you something. We have the bell right next to the turquoise in your heart. I feel like this is all kind of speaking together, which is like saying you need to listen to your heart and your ancestors. You have another heart. And a zipper. A zipper belongs there. It's telling me that you need to unlock your heart. Or unzip, open up your heart. If you want this to work out. We have this girl with the cat, and she's holding a hat, and I feel like this is kind of your sadness. You're kind of sad here, longing for this person to come back to you. We have this teardrop with the green stone, and I feel like that is your heart chakra, like crying. So you're crying from your heart because you miss this person. We have a J here. That might be of some importance to you. We have a hand here with kind of a teardrop shape in it, so that tells me that you miss holding hands with this person. You want to just hold their hand. You just want to be near them all the time, but you can't because there's some distance between you. And then we have this Montana bear and moose pendant, and this is best friends. What I'm noticing is there's lots of mountains in the background, and that's kind of telling me there's like distance, there's mountains in between you, and it feels like you can't get over those mountains to see each other, and you're best friends with each other, but there's this distance between you, and it's always such an endeavor for you to come together and see each other. But I see a lot of strength with these animals because they're very powerful animals. You both have a lot of power. So you're both very strong. I mean, if this relationship holds out, you're going to be very strong. You'll be stronger because of it. Okay, so I'm going to look at these cards a little closer here, see if I can pick up any more symbols, and then we will move on to deck number 2. Lots of waves, lots of turbulence. I feel like I saw a lot of moons, so I feel like there's a lot of time in between you two. I feel like there's a lot of time that divides you two, so I feel like you guys don't get to see each other as much as you want to. There's this butterfly here. The butterfly is speaking to me of hope and transformation. So, and here we have the lizard. You may feel sad right now, but if you can go through this transformation, which is also like this death card here, if you can go through this transformation and come out as this beautiful butterfly, then you will be able to make this relationship work. And I see this lizard as kind of being your partner, and he's watching you, and he's hoping that you can become this beautiful butterfly. He's like concerned for your sadness, and there's some like thorns here, and that's just telling me that you're caught up in these thorns. You're caught up in this web of thorns that are it hurts right now. It's hurting you. I see tattoos on here. Tattoos might be important. One or both of you have tattoos. And she has like full body tattoos. So I could see as one or both of you having full body tattoos. I mean, that's just one thing I noticed here. That's not common because not many of these cards have like full body tattoos, and that's like the first time I've noticed that. Also noticing the pigtails. So maybe you like to wear your hair in pigtails. Here we have, I want to say this is the rod or staff of Caduceus or something like that. But we have that medical symbol right there. So I feel like that is telling me, you're going through a period of healing. It may not feel like it, but this is actually helping you heal by staying strong. And her hair is kind of like an infinity symbol. So I feel like you are karmically tied to this person. You're supposed to learn a lesson from them. Being that there is the rainbow here, I feel like there is hope, and we also got the star. So I feel like there is hope that it can happen. Also, we did get coral reef, and it's interesting because we have like all these cards that have to deal with the ocean and stuff. So maybe I feel like, okay, when I think of corals, I think of strength and how they build and build on each other to build this strong foundation. So I think that's what you need to do with him, is like build and build together to build a strong foundation, in order to make it work, in order to make a stable relationship. And this I'm kind of seeing that he's fighting to keep this relationship together. So I don't think that you're in it alone. I definitely don't see him as cheating on you or being a womanizer or anything. So there's good news in that. I think you just need a little more confidence in your relationship, and don't I know it hurts being separate from him, but don't let your delusions of the distance and time between you two ruin your relationship, because there is potential for a very loving relationship there. But if it's too hard on you, and if it's causing you too much stress, maybe it is time you move on. Because you got to remember, your happiness is right here. Your happiness is your birthright. So what's most important is your happiness above anyone else's. Even if you're sad that you will make him unhappy, he will eventually be happy again. But your happiness is most important over anybody else's. So that's all I have for you, group number 1. I hope that resonated with you, and that was a very difficult reading. It sounds like you're struggling with a lot, but you do have the potential to make it through there, and the good news is he is most likely not a womanizer. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and if this resonated with you, please let me know in the comment section down below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye-bye. Alright, now I'm moving on to group 2. So this is your card here. Let's see what it says. We have healing, Lung Hado, gratitude. We'll see what that means after I pull some more cards here. We have the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles, I see this man embracing a woman. This could be you. So there's definitely, he definitely loves, or you definitely love. There's some love here. Then we have the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune often has to do with luck and fate. You have the Eight of Cups. Lots of love going on there. You have the Seven of Cups. I see this as someone having a lot of options. Whether it's you or him, someone has a lot of options. We have the King of Wands. So he could be a fire sign. If not a fire sign, he's definitely very passionate, very sexual. So there is this potential he could be a player, because the King of Wands often is very sexual, has a very high libido, very sexy. We also have the King of Swords. He could also be an air sign. I feel like he's a very sweet talker. He's really good at communicating and saying sweet things. Then we have the Seven of Cups again. So yeah, somebody's definitely keeping their options open. So I don't really feel, I mean, whether it's you or him, I don't really feel they are completely committed, because they see all these like options available to them. So I don't think they're really committed to one thing just yet. Here we have the Empress. So I see the Divine Feminine as being very powerful, very strong, very independent. Then we have the High Priestess. So that's telling me that you're having this intuitive feeling about him. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles. So Knight of Pentacles is loyalty. I feel like you might be concerned about his loyalty to you. We have the Sun. The Sun is telling me that he does make you really happy. And then we have the Ace of Wands. That's telling me that you have the potential to grow from this relationship with him. And let's see here. I choose love no matter what. And then we have, I do whatever it takes to get closer to consciousness. Yeah, I think this relationship you're going to have with him is going to help you really develop your intuition and your independence. Then we have the Hooper. The one principle that runs through the universe flows in waves of the sea. And then we have the Great Sea Monster. To accomplish your dream, plan, and believe. And then we have explore your options. It's time to look at other possibilities. It's a good time to make changes. We got the Seven of Cups or Chalices twice, and then we also have this about options. So I feel like either you or him is really looking around at what all the options they have, not really ready to settle down into a committed relationship yet. And then we have break free, try different ventures and experiences as a way to grow and learn. Okay, so what I'm seeing here, this person may or may not be a player. What I'm seeing here though is you're both not really ready for commitment. But I don't think you should end the relationship, because I think there's a lot of fun and happiness in this relationship. Like, I don't see any negatives here. I think that you're both just kind of having fun and enjoying each other's company, and sure, you're keeping your eyes open for other options, but you haven't really decided that you want to commit to this person yet. So sure, he might be a player, sorta, he's not really a player, he's just not ready to settle down yet. And I feel the same is true of you. You're keeping your options open, and so is he. And you're definitely taking it slow, but you're still kind of loyal to this person because they make you so happy. I'm going to pull some more charms here to see what it says. We have the golden flower. I definitely see a lot of happiness with that. We have the Ace of Swords. I feel like you both can communicate really well with each other. We have the Five of Cups. I feel like, yeah, you are kind of distracted with other people. You can't really focus on the love that you two do have together, the potential for a committed relationship you two do have together, because you are both kind of distracted by other people right now. You're not really ready to settle down yet. Then we have the High Priestess again. So yeah, your intuition is trying to tell you something. Your intuition is growing right now. You're definitely going to develop more intuition with this relationship. And then we have the Sun again. You definitely have a lot of happiness with this person. The Sun also has to do with children. So, and we have the Empress here. So, I don't want to get you too excited, but this person might get you pregnant, or you might have a child with this person, because the Sun has to do with children, the Sun has to do with happiness, and the Empress has to do with fertility. So we have the Divine Feminine right next to the Sun, and we have the Sun twice. So yeah, there's a possibility of getting knocked up in this one. But really, you love this person. You might not be ready to commit to this person yet, but you do have a lot of love for this person because they make you happy. We have the Four of Swords, and I feel like you need to really go inside and see what you want from this relationship. We have the Knight of Wands, and that's just reinforcing to me that this person is most likely a fire sign. Could be an air sign too, but I have a feeling this person is most likely a fire sign. With the Knight of Wands, I feel kind of more like it's a Sagittarius, but it could also be an Aries or Leo. But then again, we have the Knight of Swords here, so there's definitely a lot of air and fire energy here. So it could also be Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. And then we have compassion is a fountain of forgiveness. I feel like that's telling you that if you both are kind of being unfaithful or not the most loyal to each other right now, you kind of have to forgive each other for that, because you're both kind of mirroring each other's frequencies right now. So you're both kind of not ready to settle down yet, and I feel like you both have this young energy to you too, especially since we got the two knights of the same suit, and then we got the two kings of the same suit. So I feel like you're going to grow into that king energy, and right now you're kind of occupying that knight energy, and then you're going to grow into that king energy there, where you're going to mature out of this relationship. And then we have this lock. I feel like he's unlocked in your heart, especially with this heart that I just pulled here. We have a coin. It says Queen Elizabeth II. I feel like he sees you as his queen, even though he's keeping his eyes open to other people. Like he hasn't made up his mind that he wants to settle down yet. You are the number one person he chooses. Like you are his queen, but he hasn't decided that he wants to quite settle down with you yet. We have the one-eyed puppy. feel like he has his eyes on you, especially now that I picked up this owl. I feel like he's watching you. You fascinate him. We have the horse. Definitely feelings of Sagittarius there. Horses also remind me of freedom. And I think this says something about freedom. What does this say? I know this says handmade. It's kind of like it's like a little kid's hand. And when I think of like handmade stuff, I think of people being creative with their children. So yeah, I kind of see the possibility of somebody getting pregnant, or maybe this is your baby daddy that you're asking about. Okay, and then we have the heart, the green heart chakra teardrop. So you might have a little bit of pain or emotional upset in your heart because of this person. Okay, I always forget what the symbol means. I know it's a filigree symbol. When I see that symbol, I always think of Boy Scouts. Because I know that was some symbol they used in Boy Scouts. So let's see what I can connect to that. Boy Scouts make me think of honor, because I think that's something that they have to say in Boy Scouts. So I feel like you have to honor each other in this relationship for it to work. We have an R, and then we have a V, and we have a yin and yang, which is telling me that there is a balance between the divine feminine and divine masculine. Like, I feel like you two balance each other out very well. And then we have the music clef note, and that's telling me that you two are harmonious together. Yeah, let me look at these cards more for some more symbols here. Here we have the kid. So yeah, I definitely feel like you might have a child together. You two definitely love each other because you're embracing each other there. We got the High Priestess twice, so you might be very magical, very powerful, and we got the Empress, so I feel like you have a lot of magical power to you. Okay, funny. This sea monster is eating sheep, and that made me think of Aries. So you might actually be dealing with an Aries. I feel like you're either dealing with an Aries or a Sagittarius, but it could be anything. But anyways, I feel like sometimes you can turn into a she monster and kind of chew this person's head off. But I feel like he kind of likes that about you. I feel like he likes your temper. And then we have owl here. We had an owl right there, so owls might be of significance to you. More children, pregnancy. And it's interesting because um, here we have dark-skinned child, dark-skinned mother. So I feel like you might have dark skin, and you don't have to, but I feel like these two look so similar to each other. So I feel like possibly the person that is really channeling this has dark skin, wavy hair, likes jewelry, and then probably might have a little girl that looks a lot like you. Interestingly, I noticed this, let's see, where's the King of Swords? Okay, this King of Swords looks very similar to this King of Wands. I feel like he's going to have a beard, and that's one thing you're going to notice about him is his beard. He's going to have a very prominent beard. Okay, and I want to look at this again. I feel like you need to do a lot of meditation with breath work, and that will help you heal and express gratitude and develop your intuition. All I have for you, group 2. I hope that resonated with you. I mean, really, it sounded positive. You two aren't really womanizers or whatever. You two aren't really unfaithful to each other. You're not players. You're just, you haven't really devoted to each other yet. You're not really committed to each other yet. And possibly, if you do have a child, it will make you commit to each other. Because I see the possibility of a future child with this person. So I feel like that could give the potential for you to settle down together. Okay, now we're moving on to deck number 3. And let's see what your water crystal card is. It says Earth, Sun. When I think of the sun, I think of happiness. When I think of the earth, I think of stability. So I feel like you guys have a happy, stable relationship, or you will have a happy, stable relationship. But let's see what the rest of the cards say. We have the Hanged Man here. The Hanged Man is getting kissed by a bunch of fairies. We do have the Three of Swords, so there is some heartbreak here. And we have the Fool. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to look a little more into this. We have the Ace of Wands. Definitely a lot of sexual energy here. Somebody does have a lot of lust. We have the Six of Wands. Lots of sexual energy. We have the Six of Swords. So I feel like you are you're moving away from a relationship that possibly caused you hurt. Maybe you were cheated on someone in the past. Yeah, we have the Death card clarifying this person here. So I feel like you got cheated on by somebody in the past. And that was your past situation. You got cheated on somebody, it broke your heart, and you're moving out of that, going on into a new relationship. And then we have Judgment. So I feel like you're kind of judging this person a little harshly based on your past experiences. You have the Ace of Swords. So, I feel like you two need to really work on your communication with each other. I definitely feel like you've gotten somebody has cheated on you before. Whether, I don't think it was this person, but it could have been this person. Here we have the Magician. I feel like you're kind of doing this like self-fulfilling prophecy thing where you're like, well, my ex cheated on me, I bet you're gonna cheat on me because all men are cheaters or whatever, you know. I kind of feel like this person, here we have the King of Swords. Yeah, I don't really see this person as a cheater. I see him as a really clear thinker, really intelligent man, and I don't think he's a cheater. Then we have Eight of Wands, travel. So I feel like you or him has to do a lot of traveling, and that could be putting strain on the relationship. Here we have, I surrender to a power greater than me. And then we have joy is the ultimate creator. And we have King Poseidon, expecting the best of yourself brings out great things in you. Yeah, that's just telling me that you're doing this whole like self-fulfilling prophecy thing where you're expecting the worst for you, and what you need to do is expect the best. Expect that this person won't cheat on you, and this person's not going to be like the last person. And then we have Lorelli, your aim achieved brings satisfaction and accomplishments. So I feel like the more you work on being happy and being confident in this relationship, the more likely it is to succeed. Then we have self-employment. You're a born entrepreneur and your business is surrounded by magical opportunities. Yeah, you might pay attention. Notice repetitious signs in your inner guidance as they yield valuable information. Okay. I don't really see that as saying that you need to pay attention to this guy, like, be paranoid that he's going to cheat on you. Because I don't really think that he's a cheater. I think that you're afraid that he's going to cheat on you like the last person did. I feel like you were cheated on by the last person. So I feel like you're noticing like all these little details that make you think he's going to cheat on you, but he's not actually going to cheat on you. But I feel like if you keep thinking he's gonna cheat on you and like vocalizing that you think he's gonna cheat on you or vocalizing that he's cheating on you, he might eventually cheat on you because you're doing this whole self-fulfilling prophecy thing where you drive him into cheating on you. Okay, we got a bunch here. Okay, we got the Two of Pentacles. So you're trying to weigh out, you're trying to decide something. Then we have the Ten of Pentacles. You just want loyalty. You want a stable home with lots of loyalty. Then we have the Seven of Wands. You feel like you're fighting for this. We have Three of Wands. I feel like you're worrying too much about the future. You have the Lovers. Oh, that's great. Yeah, that's showing me you two possibly are meant to be together. There's definitely some love between you two. And then we have the Emperor. I feel like he has a lot of power over you. He has a lot of power in this situation here. I feel like he's a very logical man, that a very rational thinker, and you're kind of irrational thinker, but you're not an irrational thinker for an unrealistic reason, because you were hurt before. That's the reason why you think irrationally about him, because you were hurt before, so you expect the same thing to happen in the future. Then we have the Three of Pentacles. I see you guys might be planning some sort of union together. You have the Page of Wands. I see this as a possible energy that hurt you in the past. Fire energy, or you might be a fire sign, but I feel like your past was hurt because there was so much sexual energy in your past. Like, I feel like the last person you fell in love with was like a sex addict, and so that's why they ended up cheating on you, is because they were just a sex addict, and you enjoyed that because you enjoyed the explosive sexual relationship you had with them, but it hurt you when they cheated on you because you found out they were a sex addict. Then we have Find Beauty in the Ordinary. And we have the Seashell. I feel like you have this shell around you. You're kind of guarded because of what happened to you. And then we have Compassion is the fountain of forgiveness. You need to forgive the person that hurt you, and so you can work together with this new person. We have the Crystal. See, this is you opening your consciousness. You have the Chair. I see this as you needing to be more patient. You have the Skull and Crossbones. It's kind of reflecting to me the Death card. So I feel like the sudden end to your past relationship with this Three of Swords here, the Death card, this failure in your past, is having you scared that it's going to happen to you again in the future. And I feel like that vibration is still like resonating with you now and possibly putting stress on you right now. Then we have the Elephant. So yeah, you still have a lot of memories of past hurt that's bothering you. We have the horse, possible Sagittarius energy here, especially since we had the Page of Wands and a lot of wand energy here. So either you or them is I'm feeling could be a Sagittarius. Could also just be a lot of momentum. Things moved really quickly. We also have the pill here. So the pill is telling me that it's telling me that you were trying to sort of self-medicate with this relationship that you had with this person, and you were trying to heal some wound that you might have had from your childhood, or there was some wound you had and you were trying to self-medicate with this person that hurt you, and they kind of made it even worse. And so what it's telling me is you need to go inside yourself to find that healing you need. It's telling me you're very hurt right now. You're spiritually sick right now, and it's from all this pain from your past. And I do see the potential that this person, since they're such a strong, rational individual, they do have the power to help you heal, but really the healing has to come from within. You have to heal yourself if you're going to want this to work. So I'm going to take a closer look at these cards here. But from what I'm seeing, this person's probably not a cheater. I mean, really, when you think about it, most men aren't going to directly cheat on you. There's usually has to be a driving force behind them cheating on you, and it's usually something in your own actions or something in their life that is going wrong that drives them to cheat. It's not usually, most men won't cheat just to cheat. I mean, occasionally there's those sex addicts out there, but most men want a loving, caring relationship just as much as you do. So I'm not surprised that we didn't really get any cheaters here. We did get one person that was possibly a cheater in the past relationship, but I'm not really surprised that we didn't really get any cheaters in the current atmosphere, because most men want that loving, caring relationship just as much as you do. So anyways, this picture looks really, really chaotic right here. And I feel like this is kind of your mind here. You have a lot of chaos in your mind, and you don't really know what to expect. So that's why you're kind of expecting the worst, but you need to expect the best. Here we have a transformation symbol right here, the butterfly. So I feel like you need to go through a transformation from your past experiences into a more beautiful future of hope. And then the manifestation is telling me you need to manifest this beautiful future. Even with this death card where everything's dying in the oil spill, there is a process of healing, because they're all trying to help all these sea creatures that are stuck in the oil spill here. So there is a process of healing. You did not go through this in vain, because it's meant to heal you eventually. This definitely looks like a card of passion to me. So you two definitely had a lot of passion together. There was definitely a lot of lust in your past relationship. And this totally looks like a womanizer here. I see you moving away from a painful situation to be with this this new man here, this King of Swords. And it's a bold new move for you to get into this new relationship. But you're being protected. There's a lot of hope around you. You may have tattoos. Another Sagittarius energy right here. This looks like Sagittarius vibrations. And that was clarifying the Three of Swords. So I feel like you might have been hurt by a Sagittarius. Just a guess. Or somebody with Sagittarius in their chart. Well, that's all I have for you, Group 3. I hope you can heal from this and learn to trust the relationship that you have now, and don't create this self-fulfilling prophecy that you might be accidentally manifesting by expecting the worst. So I hope you can, really heal yourself and expect the best. So remember, if this resonated with you, let me know in the comment section down below. And if you like this video, don't forget to like, share, or subscribe. I hope you had a wonderful day, and I hope this helped all of you. Really, I don't think anyone's cheating on you. Maybe you got cheated on in the past if you're group number 3, but I don't think any of you are being cheated on. So there's some reassurance right there for all of you there. I don't think any of you have anything to worry about. Just worry about yourself. Alright, I hope you all have a wonderful evening. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.